matter of the day. Let me bring him in. Yes, Paul will be meeting us. Hello, mother. How are you doing? I greet you.
Yeah, Sister
How are
Bisola,
you?
I'm very fine. Thank you very much. I greet you too. I bring greetings
Thank you
from here to all our listeners.
Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Thank you. Please, before we go into the broadcast, can you tell us a little about your platform in case people want to subscribe or join or reach you?
Okay, so my name is Opayemi Adioshun, and of course I'm also a Christian, but not a typical Nigerian Christian because I came out from among them because I understand. After I got the understanding of who God really is, not the God that causes confusion. So, and I still got this information from the same Bible that all of us are reading. And until all of us get to that place where we can, as much as possible, stand on our own or mingle with people who love the truth, we may not be able to go forward in our spiritual life. And this part of what made me start talking about life on my platform. That's my YouTube platform, and the handle is at Opiansky, as written on the screen there. I talk about relationship. I talk about life itself because even though we know that the spiritual controls the physical, but at the same time, we also know that the physical is the key. Is what people see around. When people are hungry, you don't give them Bible to go and eat. You give them food. When people are broken hearted, when they are depressed, there are things to do. Not It's not all about prayer. You don't pray for someone who is depressed all the time. There are steps to take, and this is part of what I talk about. Politics. I talk about different things on my platform. You can just check it out, and I also employ you to like, comment, and subscribe when you get it. Thank you very much.
Yes. So this is his platform. Yes, this is his platform, Opiansky, Human Mind and Fun. Yes, he has done a lot of stuff. You can see. So please kindly subscribe as we have said. And also, I want to say something about this man. Yes, remember we talked about children going to school. It just clicked on my mind now. Yes, children going to school. He was the one that gave us the opportunity to be able to pay for 3 children that returned to school. These children supposed to have returned to school since September, but because their parents are poor, and in his own community, can you imagine? Many church people, they will not care. Do you understand what he said about his understanding about God? it
last
was
year.
2019. No,
Yeah.
2019. Yes,
And 2020. Yeah.
those two. Huh? You say?
I say, and year
Do you
2022.
remember?
Yeah, I remember after COVID, I
Okay.
think Bisola Johnson Foundation also supported
Yes,
us at that time.
I
Yeah.
think so. I
Yeah.
think so.
Yeah.
Yes, I think so. And we have been doing this together. So it's just it's grace. And we appreciate. We really want to appreciate him for
Mm.
his kind-hearted, for his Jesus heart. This is what the apostles in where is that where they give them Christ light in
Antioch.
them.
Antioch.
They saw Christ light, and people said is it Antioch? Yes,
Yeah.
in Antioch. So and people said Christ light. It's not that you are in wallet, you are in church, you are in church, and you are turning up and down. You are a choir. You are this. No, 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 no. The 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 ministry of Jesus Christ was born on the streets. Yes, it was born on the streets. And I believe it stays in space. This is our website, and and in fact, he's the one I particularly did this one for, but I did this over to our own parenthood with Opayemi. Yes. So, okay, this is the first one. Remember? Do you
Yes.
remember this
Yes.
boy?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and this girl,
He
you
has
must have
graduated now.
forgotten. There are many.
Yeah.
Yeah, they have graduated. Can you
Yeah. He has
imagine?
graduated.
They have
Yeah.
graduated, and
He has,
me,
yeah.
I don't even know them. I don't meet them. I've never
Yeah.
met them. You understand? We just did it,
Yeah.
and we move on. Okay. So this
Yeah.
is Christianity. All right, this is Christianity. So thank you very much. I don't mind for spending 12 minutes or 13 minutes on this. It's really what's talking about. So
Yeah.
now, okay, don't forget this is this. Let me just. I think. Okay, yeah, people can see it. Or let me just. Let me see if I can just. Copy it. I want to copy it on the so that people can see it. Where's it now? Sorry about that. Sorry, I know you guys came to listen to some other stuff, but I just want to quickly do this. Yes. Okay. So I put it on the timeline. And moreover, I think you too. Let me see. I will copy something now for you so that maybe you can copy it on your YouTube. Then all
Okay.
of us can be on the same page. Yes, I was waiting for us to start. Okay? So
Okay.
as we are starting, I will share the link with you, the real link now. Then you put it on your own YouTube so that it will be real time. Okay, real time. Yeah, let me see. Okay, I've seen it now. Okay. I'm sorry, people of God. We are starting very right away. Okay. Okay. That if you see it, that's you can copy it on your on your YouTube. So thank you.
Okay.
I want to appreciate everyone. Jerry, O'Shea, Maria, and Christy, everybody being here. If you want to give to Bisola Johnson Foundation, is fine. And if you want to support Mr. Opayemi also is okay, okay? But we don't force anybody. It's what we have that we will do. So now, let's talk now about the God of Nigerian prophets that enjoys causing confusion. This God, you see, it's a small g I put, because the God of the Bible is not like them. It's not like their God. We have seen the God of the Bible dealing with Elijah, Elisha, and other prophets in the Bible. The prophets in the Bible, they will speak as long as the Lord liveth, this time tomorrow. And so it is. But these people, I'm so surprised at them. Let me play one for you for beginning. This man, let me just play this one for you.
Take it to the mountain top. If you have never heard before, I'm saying it to you this morning. In the scheme of things, as far as politics of Nigeria is concerned, President Muhammadu Buhari is number 15, and yours sincerely number 16. I never said that to you before. I never said that to you before. I make it plain this morning. I let you know it this morning. Nothing can change it. In the name of Jesus, He is number 15. I am number 60.
See, you don't even know me. I've been keeping this video for the past 2 years because I want to know if, according to his word, he said this is the reason why he was born. So he was too sure. And look at his garbage followers. See as they were hailing. When they did the primaries, because of this video, I follow him to the primaries. He didn't get 1 vote. This is the inner election before they even bring it to the larger crowd. He didn't get 1 vote. So if you do not get 1 vote there, how do you want to become number 16? I hope you people you heard what I played. Then many of them, they have said a lot of things. You know, I have a lot of videos about them. I don't want to waste our time. You all know them. You understand? You all know them. You know them, what they have said. Are we talking about, what do you call it? Are we talking about, okay, let me show you this one. It's not video. Look at internet. Internet is full of them. Prophet Lujobi releases prophecy on Nigeria. Ayodele, Bishop Oyedepo, Adeboye. There are many of them. MFM. Look at Peter Obi will win. Do you see a false Messiah? Different. You understand? So I don't want to waste your time by bringing their videos. Are we also going to talk about the time of the, what do you call it, of the World Cup? Are we going to talk about the time of the World Cup? They all goofed. And do we want to go back to their forefathers? You know, TB Joshua was their forefathers. He said it was the Holy Spirit that misled him. Lobaton. So are they not serving the same God? Are they not serving the same God? It's so shameful. The same God that they said they serve, that God, we give this one, this prophecy. We give another one, this prophecy. And there is confusion everywhere. That is why I'm asking, why is their God? Why did he love causing confusion everywhere? Brother Adeosun, I think you should say something. Go ahead, sir.
Consistency on this matter. I mean, you were at the, I mean, you were a clear victim of some of these things, especially at synagogue with TB Joshua. And I want to thank God for your life, for the number of people that have been rescued from the chains that these men have put a lot of our people, a lot of God's people. But I will not be addressing them because the issue is clear. In Nigeria, when you start seeing posters like people should start coming, joining, just like they have their pastoral school, they have school of prophets. In some places, they have school of prophets. That means they teach them how to prophesy. And this thing, prophecy is a gift on its own. So for you to start having school of prophets, there's a problem. And that's why you have them all around. And one of the reasons why they do this is because they know what people want to hear. They know what people want to hear. So they give it to people. And what they use the so-called prophecy to do is to instill fear. When they want to catch you, they get a little glimpse about yourself. Oh, Sister Bisola, oh, your name start with B. They will have gotten some information about you. B, oh, you are light in complexion. They will just tell you something about you. So you'll be amazed. So they have mastered the act of manipulation, which is the game that we cannot rule out in this world or in this word of ours. But let us talk to the people, to the victims, and to those who are free and are ready to free others too. One thing we have to realize is that, religion likes to play on, I mean, it really likes to ignore or play down on common sense, on science and on logic. Mainly, that's what religion does. Religion will not make you think. It makes you feel that, okay, rule it out. God is there. Oh, you have cancer. Don't worry. Just leave your hospital, leave your drugs, leave your medicine, and come. Just like TB Joshua killed many people. He will ask them to abandon their drugs, and I've seen your testimonies all over where many people died. Many people went back to their countries and died. Just because he prophesied his fake messages into their lives. It's ridiculous. Let's go to the Bible. There's a place I have here in Deuteronomy chapter 18 from verse 22. And if even though this place may not really apply to Christian pastors, but since many of them are holding on to the Old Testament, he said, is in a version called NRSV. If a prophet speaks in the name of the Lord, but the things does not take place or prove true, it is a word that the Lord has not spoken. The prophet has spoken it presumptuously. Do not be frightened by it. There's another place that in the Old Testament that also states that they should be stoned to death if they speak if they say God says and it doesn't come to pass. They should be stoned to death. A lot of them, Suleiman, a lot of them have said things in the past, and none of this came to pass. Then we move on normally. If not for people like you or people like us who have woken up that bring up this matter some of the time that you said this last year, that is not coming to pass. If you go to 1 Corinthians chapter 14, verse 29, it's in the New Testament, it says, we recognize that even in small houses, in churches, like those in Corinth, prophecies had to be evaluated each week. That was Paul encouraging the Christians of that time. So when a man who Nigerians today refer to as men of God, because I don't even know the kind of God that they are meant to, if they say things that are not right, either it's right or not, their followers just follow blindly and they clap for them. But one thing I want people to realize is that beyond all these prophecies, they should know that the earth, this planet that we live in, is governed by laws and principles. People have to know this, and it's is a is what we all know, but many of us pretend not to know. So the knowledge of the laws and principles is what will guide us to achieve whatever we want to achieve. I don't need a prophecy in my life to tell me that I will get a particular job, or I'll buy a particular car, or I'll build a particular house, because that's what I want to hear. I really want to have enough money to live the kind of life I want to live. So if and every typical pastor or prophet in Nigeria knows that a typical Nigeria even wants to have what he doesn't work for. So if I want to play the game, if I'm a prophet, I can easily prophesy into your life. Oh, Sister Bisola, you are going to have 1 million followers in the next 21 days. That's what you want to hear. Because it will bring, apart from the fact that you know it will bring more followers to you, it will bring more, better life to you. That's what you want to hear. And that's the play the game, the game they play. But in the process, I would say Sister Bisola brings something. They have to collect something. I would have bamboozled you with my sweet words, with the sugar coated words that you want to hear. Then you will have lost your guard. Then I will enter into your wallet or your bank account and take something out. Then, if the thing doesn't come to pass, I will come back to say it is because you do not have faith enough, or because of your sin, or because certain things. Because I will not, you cannot catch me. They are so slippery. You cannot catch them red-handed that they will find something to say. Just like you said, Phoebe Joshua said the other time that he was misled by the Holy Spirit. He misinterpreted the Holy Spirit. The same God that you claim you hear every day, now he spoke and you cannot understand. I remember in 2020 or 2021, the GO of RCCG redeemed. We were, because we were all waiting for them, their prophecies. They were all tell you 30 prophecies for the year, 50 prophecies for the year. He came. It was now, the year was dicey. And we were already on the internet then waiting for him, and we had criticized the one they did the previous year. So I'm sure his team told him that he was able to manipulate it and say he will speak in parable this time. He was not manipulating that he was speaking in parable. He wasn't straightforward. These people see nothing. People predict things. If you go to the internet, if you go to the developed world, there are people who predict things. They even predict weather. This is science. They predict when the sun will come out. They predict when rain will fall. This is science. They predict climate. They predict that there will be flood. They predict things. They predict earthquake. The earthquake that happened last in Turkey and Syria, few days before that time, people were told to not to sleep inside the house. People were told. These were not. So you don't need God to come and whisper to you who is the next president, if there will be problem, if there will be disaster in this place. Science got it all. And if you are lucky that God even whispers it to you, because God is still God. The God of yesterday is the God of today. The God that spoke to those prophets of those times still speaks today. But the prophets of those days do not use it to rule upon the people, to tread upon the people. They do not use it to accumulate wealth for themselves. You understand? And when they speak, it comes to pass. If it doesn't come to pass, they are stoned to death. But our people today, are so blind that they refuse to want to know the truth. Even when you open their eyes to say, see, your pastor has moved, your prophet has moved, they find one excuse or the other because they have been brainwashed. And one thing is that most of the prophecies they give is based on their own thinking, their own thoughts, their own will, what they wish. Only yesterday, the CAN, Christian Association of Nigeria, the chapter in Kaduna State, were telling the Christian in Kaduna State to vote PDP, that God said they should vote PDP. You can imagine. I don't know the God, just like your title says that, because the type of God that we ask some Christians to, to, to vote for PDP, another Christian to vote for APC, another Christian to vote for Labour Party. I don't even know if God is a politician. Colade Parasin, we know his relationship with APC. He came out and said there will be another Saul before David. Wondering, this Saul that is currently there now, we never suffer and finish. You understand? Then you want another Saul to
Okay,
come.
Brakwe,
Yes,
I know you are leaving soon. I'm a timekeeper. I'm helping you to check. You
yeah.
sent me one video which I want us to just see part of it. Because
Okay.
the man said he has already prophesied before that the second will beat first. And when the second went for election like this man, the second also did not even get one vote. And people are still in this man's church. I wonder what they are still doing in that church. You understand? And people are still in that man's church. Instead of them to have said that you are a false prophet, according to the Bible passage you gave us. If somebody said something in the name of the Lord and it didn't come to pass, that person should be in trouble. Look at him.
I say, about 2 years ago, remember I told you that the second shall become the first.
That was 2 years ago. Till now, the second cannot be first. Because there is order of things. They cannot just take the second to be. They have gone to election. The second failed. What are you talking about? And he continued, instead of him to cover his face and not even raise it up, he's still raising it up.
Do you remember? And by that, I refer to the highest apex seat of power in Nigeria. And I didn't tell you that it's going to be 5 years now or in another government. I said in this government.
This man is just playing on the intelligence of those people who are there. We refuse to hear that. He said he didn't tell them that if it's going to be 5 years or 2 years. What kind of game is that? So if peradventure in 10 years to come, Oshibajo now contest and he now win the election, he will now be referring that I've said that 2 will become first. Who does that? Who does that? So these people are liars. The God they have is evil God. Thank you. Welcome, Brother Paul.
Yeah.
The God they
Sorry,
have is
my network has been so bad.
Sorry about that. The God they have is evil God. Brother Okpai will soon be leaving. So, Brother Paul, you will take it from there. So, finish what you were trying to say, Brother Okpai.
Okay, so
go ahead.
Life itself, yes, if we understand this, which I also in the scripture, life itself is predictable. So we don't need a prophecy to guide our life, because that's one of the deception they use. They manipulate the people's mind to say that, oh, without your prophet, you cannot survive. Without your prophet, you cannot. You can see that most
Sorry
times
about that.
it is not that speaks to this. Okay. So most time it is not the true God that speaks to these people. They only listen to their own mind or the spirit of the devil in them. Know that people will not ask. We live in a society where people do not ask questions. People are afraid to question these people. People don't want to embarrass them. But the, as long as God liveth,
So
open our
what
people's
he's
mind, not to
saying,
run
I
them down.
think it's yes. Okay.
Okay, our purpose is not to run them down. Our purpose is to open our people's mind so that they can know that life is predictable and they can start acting right. Or
Uh, looks like your internet is really bad. Okay. Looks like that internet is really bad. So I'm going to take it from there. It said life is predictable. What that means is that if I try to sleep throughout the whole year, it's predictable that next year I'm going to be hungry.
That's right. We're poor.
Life is predictable. If
That's
I
right.
work hard, the decision I took yesterday will affect my today and tomorrow.
That's right.
Because I took decision that I am not going to be under the bondage of captivity of TB Joshua. That is what is paying dividends today.
That's right.
So life is predictable.
Yeah.
If you decide to follow Satan, life is predictable that you will follow Satan to hellfire.
Yeah.
Life is predictable if you follow Christ. No matter how hard it is, it shows that at the end of the day, what he has promised you will gain, you will get it. Life is predictable. We don't need any prophecies. Go to work. Pray to God. Have free mind. Forgive your enemy and you don't even create space for them in your heart.
That's right.
You see that you live the rest of life. We have left the charlatan. We have not left God. I told you at the beginning, look at this man. He's not a churchian. But what he's doing, church people cannot do it. So we bless God. So that's what he's saying before the internet got him hooked up. Do you want to finish? Because you have like 5 minutes to go to where you are going. Then I will start with Brother Paul.
Okay. Sorry about my internet. I guess it's from my side. I'm not really sure. But the point is that when we are doing a program like this, I would like that we focus on the people so that the people who are the victims really understand this. Because these people are not like the ordinary people who just wake up in the morning, go to work, and do their thing. These people, they are very smart. They know what it takes to do what they are doing. They learn from one another. They read, they study, they do research, and they understand the psychology of humans. They know that every human, when you hear something over and over again, you will become that thing. When you keep hearing that, oh, you are sick, you are sick, you are sick, the fear of, even if you are not sick, the fear of sickness will come into you. And one day your immunity will drop and you will start falling sick. Apart from the fact that many of them are also fetish. Many of them are fetish. But let's even leave the fetish part. The ones that are not fetish, they have the power, the manipulative spirit. It's so clear. In fact, manipulation is more powerful than juju or being fetish. So let our people know. For you to be free from all this, the best thing is never ever expect any prophecy from anybody. Don't. There are people who have the gift of who can foresee things. Even who are not Christians, who foresee. They are who are soothsayers, they are there in the world. So it's not a big deal. So why do you? Let me tell you something. Most times the devil does not know what will happen in the future. Most times, if you study their prophecy, most times they calculate from the back. Even when they meet you and they say they're prophesying into your life, they will be telling you about your past. About your past. They will tell you story about your past. Try to get your name, the name of your where you work, about your past. They will use that as a scope to get to your present and understand your present state. Then they can easily manipulate your future. That this is what you are looking for. Oh, you are looking for a job. You are looking for a husband. You are looking for children. It's a game. But for this other prophets who are in your pictures, who are in your programs on the poster, who the only thing they prophesy is who will win the World Cup, who will be the president of one country that nobody even knows. Some of them prophesied then that Joe Biden will lose, Trump will win again. Many of them prophesy things that do not concern God. How does that concern God? How does that how does that inspire God in us? You understand? I remember TV Joshua in those days. Most of the prophecies he gives is, oh, there will be earthquake in one place, there will be this in one place, and there are many that he goofed. The places that there is tendency to be earthquake this year now. If you do research very well, some scientists have mentioned them in part of Asia. And if it doesn't happen this year, it may happen next year. The problem with us is that we do not study. So these people, they study ahead of us, they research, and in fact, there was one video that I saw. There was a prophecy that was a so-called prophecy that was given by one wizard in the US. The guy is a wizard. He gave the prophecy in the January of that year. One pastor in Nigeria, maybe it was 2017 or 2018, repeated that prophecy one by one. He didn't know that thing will enter internet. So we were comparing the prophecies that wizard gave in the US. The wizard is a black woman. A black woman. Or let me say a witch. A black woman who is a known witch. They have their own. I can't remember what they call them. Maybe Susia. And this so-called fake prophet in Nigeria repeated the same thing. So by the time we got the video, we were able to compare both. So and that man still has his church today. People are still following him. They are still paying tithe and offering. He's still living better than them. So the art of manipulation is real. Let our people know. And I thank you very much for this opportunity, Sister Bisola. So I will just try and take my leave now, but I will still try and join you in the program and keep following I go to where I'm going.
All right, thank you very much. We really appreciate you. I think it's time for you to leave. Yeah. That is Sopiansky. Kindly support his platform, his channel. Okay? And thank you very much. If you can still meet us